What's up, Transformers fans? I'm Mondo, and this is another Moonbase 84 transmission. San Diego Comic-Con 2024 is in full swing, and we are getting some pretty exciting reveals concerning our favorite robots in disguise. So I figured that I'd share some pictures and give a breakdown of everything that has been shown so far. Everything but the pipeline reveals look like they will be up for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse fan channels and or where they are exclusive to around July 30th. Quickly, I wanted to say thanks to everyone for the support, and if this is your first time checking out the channel, if you could give us a like, subscribe, and all that jazz, I would really appreciate it. Okay, now let's talk about transforming robot toys. First, let's talk about some pipeline reveals. There's not a lot of new here, and the Hasbro team did pretty much say that. These pipelines were all about getting harder to get bots back out on the market, so fans that missed out the first time around had a chance to pick them up. And because I am one of those fans when it comes to these bots, I'm pretty happy with what was shown. I also recognize that these pipelines might not be as exciting to those who already have these toys, so if you're not interested in these, feel free to skip ahead in the video where we get to the new stuff. Kicking things off, we have Cosmos, and he gets a welcome return for sure. Many fans, including myself, missed out on him the first time around because he was a very short-packed exclusive that now has a hefty aftermarket price. Breakdown was another hard-to-get figure, made more painful by the fact that if you were trying to complete Menasor and couldn't find him, then you'd have a problem on your hands. Evan said bringing Breakdown back out in his G2 colors was a way to get him back out in the market. Although I feel the problem with that is that if you want a wholly G1 Menasor, this Breakdown will throw it out of whack. Still, this is a more affordable option to complete the combiner. Origin Bumblebee is another chance to get him if you missed out on him. A good re-release if you have the Origins Wheeljack and you want to complete the scene. Armada Wheeljack is actually a new upcoming release based off the most recent Sideswipe mold. Armada seems to get a lot of love in Legacy. Cybertron does too. But when does Energon get a turn? I love an Energon Starscream. I'm super excited for the re-release of Ramjet. He was in an exclusive 2-pack with Thrust. That set was very hard to get, and I'm not paying those aftermarket prices for it. Now I'm just crossing my fingers that Thrust isn't far behind this release. The first release of Tarn was hard to get. The second release is the Cyberverse Redeco and the recent Target exclusive set that also has Prime Cliffjumper. This is a good release for those that missed out the first time and didn't want to pay the money for the set if they only wanted Tarn. Galaxy Shuttle is another release that I missed out on the first time. Fun fact about me, growing up in the 80s, I loved the space shuttle and still do. So, for another chance to pick up a bot who turns into a space shuttle, I'm totally down for. Overcharge is a new release that is a repaint of Legacy Leader Blitzwing painted in his Diaclone colors. To me, this was the least exciting of the pipeline reveals. I like Leader Blitzwing, but I don't feel a need to get this repaint. If you happen to have been wanting this though, that's great. Everyone has different tastes. Now let's get into the reveals that were in physical form at the show. I can't wait for some of those pipeline reveals to come out, but some of these that were at the show are what really got me excited. I'm not really into core class versions of traditionally bigger bots like the Bumblebee movie Starscream here, but he does look cool. The core class B movie concept Frenzy is more my style because my guy Soundwave needs his buddies. Much like most of the pipeline reveals, Gamer Edition Deluxe Reactivate Bumblebee is another chance to get him. Originally in a 2-pack with Reactivate Starscream, this re-release is a bit of a head scratcher because that set is still fairly easy to get. I guess if you just wanted Bumblebee, this is a cheaper alternative. I have the set and I can say if you are a B collector, I wouldn't sleep on Reactivate B because he's really good. Amazon is getting a Studio Series 15th anniversary set for Revenge of the Fallen. This set comes with Prime and Jetfire, which is awesome because you can combine them to give Prime his super mode from the movie. Also included are the 3 motorcycles, RC, Chromia, and Alita 1, which is very meh, I think. I'm sorry, but I'm not the biggest fan of the designs for the Bayverse movies, and I usually consider these bikes as Exhibit A. I know the Studio Series Gamer Edition has been divisive to say the least, but I personally like what we've gotten so far overall, so I can't wait for the Voyager Gamer Edition War for Cybertron Ratchet. I think he looks great, and I can't wait for the inevitable Ironhide. I say keep bringing on the WFC Gamer Editions. How about some Dinobots? After checking out the new trailer, I'm even more pumped for Transformers 1. The same goes for the Studio Series Deluxe Megatron. This figure looks really good. I'm especially liking the look of his tank mode. Just a cool compliment to the Studio Series Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. Even though I think I like the first go around of Legacy Bludgeon more, unfortunately I haven't been able to pick him up. So I think I'm going to go with this Amazon exclusive Mayhem Attack Squad 2-pack of Bludgeon and Ruckus. As I said, I think the first Bludgeon looks better, but this one doesn't appear to be a slouch either. Plus, I want the Ruckus, which looks great as well. Recently I reviewed the Breakdown and Windsweeper that goes with this line, and I really like them, so I plan to get all of the Mayhem Attack Squad to square off with my Amazon exclusive Wreckers. Unlike some fans, I'm all about G.I. Joe crossing over with Transformers. The two brands have been doing this in some form for almost the very beginning. Recently has proven to be awesome when talking about the Energon Universe comics. I think not so much with the toy line. I've been wanting to hop on board with the Transformers Joe collab, but to me the figures released so far haven't really appealed to me, especially at the price point they command. I realize that they are new molds that come with Joe figures, but the Transformers in the sets just aren't really doing it for me. The newest addition to the Transformers Joe collab looks like things might be looking up. The set comes with Cup, who transforms into the Triple T, along with Sergeant Slaughter and Leatherneck, who are on vintage style card backs. Cup looks like the best integration of a Transformer with a Joe toy so far. I'm a huge Cup fan, and he goes great with the two Joes in the set. This one has me interested in finally jumping into the Transformers Joe collaboratives. Being a kid in the 80s, I'm finishing things off with this last reveal, which has me really hyped. That being the Transformers Knight Rider Agent Knight. Knight Rider is a perfect collab for Transformers, and this release is awesome. Both robot and car mode look incredible. Speaking of car mode, it is a fully licensed Trans Am, and once again I think they nailed it. But that's not all. This kit comes fully loaded with the iconic working light bar in the front as well as sounds. I don't know why they decided to call him Agent Knight over Kit. Kit, after all, spoke and drove himself. All he didn't do was transform. Until now. Coming in at the $50 price point, he's a bit pricey, but being a licensed product with electronics included makes him well worth it in my book. So this has been my look and breakdown for the Transformers that have been revealed so far at Sdcc 2024. Hasbro did mention that more are on the way. I will follow up with a breakdown on those when they show more off. Hopefully there are things that have been shown that you are excited for. If so, let me know in the comments. Until next time, thanks for docking.